Hello and welcome back to the Health and Harmony Girls podcast with me, Roxy, and my girl
B.
B.
I was gonna say me B, and then you ready to say my girl. I was like, it is what it is.
It is what it is. Okay, so today we are doing another little cute short episode, and we wanted to chat about maybe like a 4-step process of how to be who you want to be.
Yes,
So-
B with B and Roxy.
So many bees. So yeah, we just came up with a 4-step process that you can start putting into your daily life to almost help you to achieve your goals in a healthy and not easier way, but healthier way.
It's easier when you plan.
Yes.
So it kind of is easier.
Yeah, fail to prepare and prepare to fail.
We love a good.
I know we love a good quote.
And guys, obviously, what's great about this is it's about who you want to be, right? So it could be who you want to be as a person, if you want to become more of something, how you want to be in your job. Like, it's very specific. You design it specifically according to you.
For you.
Yeah, it's not like how to become a doctor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
okay. So the first step is to have a clear vision, and I think this basically goes back to what you just said. A lot of people set goals and have visions of their future based on what they think other people would want them to be or do. So this first step is like the most important thing, because this is where you have to be real with yourself and be like, why do I have this goal? Is there an intrinsic reason for me and myself and my happiness and my future and my fulfillment and my joy and my happiness? Or is it because I want my parents to think that I'm successful? Or is it because I want that guy to notice me because now I've got like a really cool car? Or like, I don't know, whatever your silly goals. And I'm not hating on your materialistic goals, but the only real thing that's going to help you stick to a goal, be motivated to accomplish it, is if there's some deeper meaning and deeper reason why that relates to you and your happiness and your success.
completely. If you have a clear vision on what you want, it just makes it way more attainable, and it makes it much easier for you not to like stray off course. I mean, you know what you want. That makes every other decision like along the way a lot easier, because you know what your end goal is. So you know what's going to benefit your end goal and what's not going to benefit your end goal. So it's much easier for you to be like, yes, that's for me. No, that's not for me.
Yeah. Sorry. We're very popular today.
I didn't even hear that.
Well, at least it was on silent. Okay, yeah. So I think that step number 1 is just having a clear vision of what you want for yourself in the future, whether it's career, relationship. I always forget all the different goals.
Career, relationship, self, family,
Spiritual,
that's the
religion,
relationship. I feel like
yeah.
everything falls under each bracket.
Yeah, so have a clear vision, and that's how you will start the process of becoming who you want to be on the right foot.
Yes. Okay, number 2 is to sit with your vision and ask yourself, what is the next right step? So it's easy to get fired up and want to change everything in your life at once. And this is obviously a setup for failure, just because I think setting yourself up to change everything in your life at once is, number 1, going to be super overwhelming for you. Number 2, it's going to be super difficult to keep that clear vision, like we said in the first point, because now you're focusing on like a million different things. And you probably also, I mean, if you're the same kind of person that I am, you're focused on how much is changing at the same time instead of focusing on your end goal. So sit with your vision and just ask yourself, like, what is my next right step? So you might want to write down a set of steps. You like, it depends obviously what you're working towards, but you may want to write down number 1, 2, 3, 4. This is like my way that I'm going to get there. Or you may have a dream or vision board. You may have all different ways of asking yourself or being able to tell yourself what your next right step is. But like we always say with everything, guys, it is a process. Like it is a step-by-step situation. It's not going to be like you just wake up and everything is changed and everything's happy and dandy.
Yes.
So yeah, step by step is always important. Take your time in creating your little pathway.
Definitive. And also, I was going to say, like completely forgot what I was going to say, but then it came back to me. Setting these steps, they don't always have to be positive steps that are taking you towards your goal. There could be steps of maybe things you need to work on before you can start to work towards this goal that are holding you back from becoming the person that you need to be to step into the shoes or step into the persona of your end goal. So, I mean, if you can envision, let's say you want to start your own business and have a multi-million-dollar business whenever your time frame goal is, you need to start envisioning yourself as that person and realize what, like, maybe limiting beliefs are holding you back. Like, I can tell you now, you are never going to make that much money if you don't believe that you can, or you don't believe that you'll be able to manage it, because your mindset is always going to be vibrating at a lower level because you're like, I'll never make that much money. I'll never know what to do when I make that much money. So there are like negative things you might have to work through before you can start to even taking the steps forward to achieve whatever your goal might be. So that's just a little side
Completely. And I think it also draws in with, like we always speak about, being in tune with your body and with your intuition just in general. Knowing what your next right step is, as this point is, like, know what's right for you and what's not right for you, like what feels like it's supposed to be for you and what feels like this is not in line with what my end goal is. Like, you have to be able to be in tune with yourself and know, okay, this is my next right step, like this is going to head me in the next right direction. Like, no one's saying that sometimes steps backwards can't mean steps forward. Sometimes you have to find a little maneuver way around, like Rox and I have spoken about before. It's not always just a straight road to get to where you want to be. Sometimes you try the straight road and it doesn't work, so you have to zigzag a little bit or take roundabouts around the circle twice before you take the second exit, you know, whatever the situation is. But find what works for you and what's right for you, and you'll feel that gut feeling that it's working for you.
100%. And also, like you were saying, like, the end goal might be the same, but the path that you take towards it can change. It's the same thing as if let's say you're driving down to holiday and you've taken the same route every single year or however often you go, and this time now that you're going down, there's roadworks and you have to take another path. You're still going to get to the same destination. You can either sit waiting for them to finish the roadworks for the next like 6 months and take a very long time to get to that destination, or you can just figure out a different way to get there.
Completely. I love that you use that example. I'm like, it's when we go to Ryan's sister's house at the bush, there's literally like 3 routes that you can take, and everyone always argues about which route is the best. And we like the route that goes like pretty much just straight there, but you have to drive where there's like quite a few rural areas and like a lot of potholes, so some people don't like driving through those areas. And then you get the other people who love the route that has the stop and goes, and I will avoid that route at all costs. I cannot sit at a stop and go in the car. And then our friend Megan is like, she loves the stop and go route because it's like time for her to just sit and chill. And I'm like, there's people literally standing around my car trying to sell me shit and giving me anxiety the whole time. So I mean, every single person is going to enjoy a different route. So I love that you brought that up, because I love that example. I'm like, it happens to us all the time. People argue about which route is best, and I'm just like, you enjoy your stop and go route. I will be avoiding that at all costs. Thank you very much.
And that's also a beautiful analogy of like how everyone might have the same goal, but everyone's got a different path that works for them.
Completely.
So what might be working for your friend Cindy to get her to the similar goal that you might have to her is not necessarily going to work for you. So there's all these little things you must just remember.
I'm just laughing because I'm like, I've never met anyone called Cindy. I'm like, I know, that's such a cute name that you came up with. I'm like, I've never used that as an example.
Cindy.
Like, you might have a friend Cindy. I'm like, I hope we have a Cindy listening to this podcast.
We do, I'm sure. She won our one competition. I wasn't talking about you, Sins.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, step number 3. Set monthly goals based on your next right step. So find the balance between working with something long enough for it to shift, but not so long that you lose connection to it. So I think a lot of people, and we said this in the beginning, when you set these big audacious goals, we try to do everything we have to do to reach them all at once. And like you said, it just creates a huge amount of overwhelm. And I mean, if you look at everyone that's successful, I can tell you right now, they didn't do everything overnight. They took small steps every single day. that led to giant success.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's so often overlooked. People think, oh, they were lucky, they knew the right people, they had the right investors, or whatever like excuse you can make. But these people woke up every day and they just did something every day that worked towards the bigger goal.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been balancing the books. It could have been creating an ad on Facebook. It could be something so small, but all of these little steps that they worked on every single day led to their final big bang of success. So, I mean, once you've got this big audacious goal and you know what the next right step is, break it down into smaller goals, smaller steps, because like we said, if you set these big scary steps that you need to be doing every single day, it's going to demotivate you. It's going to put the fear of hell in you, because you are facing so many challenging things all the time, and you're going to burn yourself out, which is all three things that are not going to help you achieve any goals.
I love to use the example of running, because I'm like, if you take someone that's not a runner, because say now you are wanting to become this person, right? You're starting from ground zero. It's like someone that doesn't run at all and is now, their end goal is to run like a 21K.
That me.
Yeah, so cool. I'm like, me at the moment, honest to God, with this belly, if I had to run down the road, I think my water would break. And I'm not even at the point of a water breaking yet. But anyway, you take someone who doesn't run at all and their end goal is to run a 21K. Do you think from tomorrow they're going to start running 12Ks a day? Like, the answer is absolutely not, because the minute you go and even try to run a 12K, no one's saying that you can't do it. You may be able to get through the first 12K on the first day, but let me tell you, it's going to put you off running, number one, so badly. And number two, you're not going to want to train again. You're going to put it off for like another month. Whereas if you start even just walking, like walking 5Ks a day, and then however many weeks that goes past, you're like, you know what, I'm ready for the next step. Start running every single day. Eventually you'll reach a point where you are running 21Ks with a breeze, and then you're ready for your race. Like, that's exactly what this is. This whole build up and plan is. Everything is supposed to be in small attainable steps so that you are able to reach your goals.
Here, sister.
Yo, my ear is itchy. These headphones are so toasty inside. It's gonna be so nice for winter.
I was just gonna say, I'm excited for winter, because yes, this headgear does not help when it's hot.
Yeah, especially in summer. My God. Okay, and then the fourth one is to create habits or rituals based on your goals. So obviously, like we always say, you are what you do daily. Whether you, let's use the example of running again, just because I just used that example, but create habits that are going to help you to reach your goal. So, I mean, if you are a morning person, you go for your walk or run in the morning. If you're an evening person, set time for it in the evening. If you're working towards a business goal and you find that you have a lot of more free time in the evening versus during the day, your days are jam-packed. I mean, a lot of people have morning routines and rituals, and other people go, how the hell do you have that time in the morning? Like, I have zero time. I have to feed this child, take this child to school. I have to fetch this. I have to take myself to the office. I don't have time in the morning. But do you have time to watch TV in the evening? Probably the answer is yes. So, I mean, you can find that time, whether it's in the morning, in a lunch break, in the afternoon, to set some time aside to attain your goals. It could be a business related goal and you need to work on some more, like Ross was saying, balancing books, whatever the situation is. It could be that you need to do the accounting for your company. Like, whatever the situation is, there is time in your day. If it's something that means something to you, and we've said this multiple times before, if it's something that's important to you and something that you really, really do want, you will find the time.
And I think also, like, I'll use the running example as well. You need to start taking on routines and rituals that actually help you towards reaching this goal. Yes, it's cool if you're waking up every day and doing your like 2K and then your 3K and your 5K or whatever program you're following. But if you're not getting enough sleep, getting enough recovery, eating healthy enough so that your muscles are getting what they need to recover, you're not going to be as successful as you're hoping for. So think about your ultimate goal and think about what healthy routines and rituals you can start to employ in your daily life that are actually going to catapult your success quicker, and really help make it a lot easier to achieve that goal. Because I can promise you right now, if you're binge drinking at night, getting 3 hours of sleep and still forcing yourself to wake up in the morning and go for this run, you're going to hate achieving the 21K goal, because you're going to hate every second of training for it.
Completely. I like that you use that example, because you do have to start surrounding yourself with rituals or routines or whatever it is that's going to help you really achieve your end goal. I mean, like we say with the running, I mean, what are you doing on weekends? Are you partying from Friday to Sunday and then you hate that first run on a Monday? Like, start surrounding yourself with people who do run and enjoy running. And a lot of people, I found, I'm just using the example of running because you can really just relate it to a lot of aspects in life, but a lot of people find it difficult to surround themselves with people who run better or quicker than what they can, because they find it intimidating and they feel like they're not going to keep up. And I can tell you right now, like, my dad's always told me this because my dad's a runner, and he's like, I promise you, those are the best people to surround yourself with, because you push yourself harder, and before you know it, you're running at the same pace, or if not faster than those people, because you've pushed yourself. Whereas if you run with people that are slower or people that are taking it a lot more easy than you become laxy daisy, and then there's no like goal to work towards. And it's the same thing with your businesses. If you've got business goals that you're working towards, like, what are you doing on the weekend? No one's saying don't enjoy yourself a glass of wine. Like, 100% enjoy your life, have a date night, do whatever your situation is on the weekend. But maybe you should also set aside time in the weekend to watch those YouTube videos, or to do a course, or to do whatever it is that's going to help you attain that goal a lot quicker and better than what you would before.
I think at the end of the day, like, the amount of effort you put into achieving a goal just shows how important and serious it is to you. Because you might, I mean, I remember when I was younger, always setting weight loss goals and all these like goals that I never achieved, because firstly, I always wanted to take the easiest route out, like fat burners and protein shakes and all these like miracle weight loss things, but not actually putting in the work of eating healthy, getting regular movement, like not doing the things that actually help me like achieve that goal. So what was I saying now?
Just taking the right steps to achieve.
Oh yeah, so if you are serious about a goal, sorry guys, I had a serious brain fart there. I went off on a tangent. I was like, what was I talking about?
What was I even saying?
If you really, really want to achieve a specific goal, then put the effort in. I promise you now, you're not going to achieve anything by like hoping and praying for it and not doing anything. And the more you show the universe that you're serious and working hard towards this goal, the more the universe is going to help you achieve that goal.
Yes, show up for yourself.
My little woo-woo statement for the day.
Show up for yourself, guys.
Yeah. So that's our 4-step process to stepping into the person you want to become.
Yes, become who you want to be, guys.
Yeah.
Like we said, relationships, work, friendships. I mean, career. I just said work and career, but you know what I mean. It could be anything, honestly. But that's why this process is so great, because really, regardless of what your end goal is, it really is more attainable and achievable if you use the steps. Sometimes you just need steps to guide you. Hell, life can be difficult. Let's be serious. There's a lot going on. Sometimes it just helps to have something written down and you're like, done.
Yeah. Oh, on that note, guys, if you do have goals, I would highly recommend that you write them down, because everything that is going on in your head is abstract until you write it down on a piece of paper. That's when your mind can actually make sense of it and start to like actually think about how they're going to achieve this goal. So write it down.
Yes.
We hope you guys enjoy this podcast. Like we always say, please give us a 5-star review if you like us.
Just do it anyway.
Share us with friends that you feel might gain value from listening to our episodes.
Yes, get a kick out of these episodes.
Or share it to your Instagram story.
Yes, that would be amazing. And if you don't follow us on Insta, you're lacking. You're sleeping.
We still love you though.
You're sleeping. Wake up.
But honestly, guys, the more you share it with people that you think this will help and benefit, the more people we reach. And that's obviously our goal, is to just give out this information to people who need it, that can help to better their lives in any way. So share.
And thank you for listening.
And thank you for sharing. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Bye.
Bye, guys.